What's the most amount of money you made in a single year?
Off this item alone, $10 million.
Can lazy people still be rich?
First off, you need to be lazy if you want to get rich.
What's the secret to your success?
Persistence. I will out-email you, out-call you, out-text you. I'll be the last one there at the end of the day.
How do millionaires think?
Millionaires think in terms of time. How long is it going to take me and what's the output? All these guys getting Lambos and watches and all that, that's not success. It's all about the effort you put in, and I give it 100% every single day of the week.
What's the best piece of business advice you've ever gotten?
Oh man, the first year I started out, someone said to me,
Excuse me, sir. Quick question, sir. I love your suit. What do you do for a living?
oh, thank you, I'm working right now though.
You're working. What do you do for a living?
I manufacture toilet paper, paper towels, napkins, and 300 other items.
No way. What's the most amount of money you made in a single year?
Off this item alone, $10 million. 2-ply.
10 million from toilet paper?
That's all it takes. Everybody needs it.
That's true, actually. I spend the day with the most successful people. I was wondering if I could spend the day with you.
You can come with me, but I gotta go to the factory.
My toilet paper factory?
Toilet paper factory.
It's crazy. Here, I can help you with this. This is nice, actually.
Just toss it in. That's all we
Yeah,
gotta
just toss
do.
it in?
There you go.
Yeah. You have a lot of toilet paper here, bro. This is crazy.
We should give it away at the end of the day.
Oh, we should.
Whoa, bro. I was not expecting anything about that.
This is crazy, bro. How am I supposed to get in?
Bro, it's a lifestyle, let me tell you.
Oh my god, bro. All right, so how long have you been in the toilet paper industry for?
I've been doing this for 10 years now.
10 years.
Full decade, baby.
That's crazy. How did you get into it?
My grandfather actually got us in 1975, turning t-shirts into rags, and then over the years turned into something big. Today we sell into 15 countries, source globally, sell globally. It's pretty crazy. It's the American dream.
That's crazy. And what's something about toilet paper that people don't know about?
Oh man, you got to pay attention to how many sheets are on the roll. You see a better price out there, it might not be better if there's less sheets. You're getting robbed. So you got to double check how many sheets are on that roll. It's price per sheet, not price per roll.
I feel like you're the perfect person to answer this question. Which way do you put the toilet paper, like on the holder?
If somebody puts it on with the paper going backwards, they're living in a fantasy land. Paper goes in front.
All right, paper always in the front?
Always in the front. If you walk into someone's house and they've got it backwards, red flag, leave.
What's the best piece of business advice you've ever gotten?
Oh man, the first year I started out, someone said to me, business is a sport, and if you don't come to play every single day, you've already lost.
And how do you come to play?
I focus on success based on effort. And for me, 100% effort every single day is what I have to give. All these guys getting Lambos and watches and all that, that's not success. It's all about the effort you put in, and I give it 100% every single day of the week, Monday through Sunday.
What's the secret to your success?
Persistence. I don't give up. I will out-email you, out-call you, out-text you. I'll be the last one there at the end of the day. I am more persistent than anybody, and that is what has allowed me to get to where I am. I'm not that smart. I was a C student. I'm not intellectual, definitely not book smart, but I have an ability to just keep going no matter what. Rain, shine, motivated, not motivated, tired, energized. I just keep going. So it's not about being motivated. It's about building something bigger than me. If you focus on working when you're motivated, then you're not even controlling when you work, because some days you wake up motivated, some days you don't. I focus on making the conscious choice to put in effort every single day, motivation or not.
Is there an easy way to make money in 2025?
There are definitely industries that are easier to get rich in than others, and that is where you need to pick the right one. E-com, TikTok, scamming people, coaching.
If someone has $1,000 today, what's the fastest way they can turn that 1,000 into 100,000?
They need to pay for a mentor immediately. They need to pay for knowledge. There's nothing else you're going to do with $1,000 to get you rich. When you pay a coach or a mentor, you're paying to learn, and people will spend years trying to figure it out on their own. Why? If you have any level of funds, you can donate it to someone, and they're going to give you knowledge in return.
If someone has $10,000, they want to make $1 million, what's the best way they can do that?
They need to build a personal brand immediately. If all they have is $10,000, they can invest into it, build a personal brand. Audiences is where you make your money. Once you have an audience, you can monetize in any direction you want, product, services, whatever. You need to have the audience first. And too many people are on Instagram scrolling and their brain is rotting when they could really be on that app building a brand that can then pay them down the road. Bro, doom scrolling turns you into a zombie. Like, how often do you wake up in the morning and you start scrolling, and next thing you know, your focus is shot, you can't think about anything, your thoughts are all over the place. These phones are literally wired to make you addicted, and if you don't fight it, then you're just sucked into it, and it's controlling you. You're not controlling it anymore.
What's one thing about business they don't teach in school?
Business is all about relationships. Everyone's focused on technical knowledge. How do I do sales? How do I do this? People want to work with people that they like, and that is everything that you need to invest in.
So networking.
Networking, people, take people out to dinner, take them to a basketball game, whatever it is. You need to invest in the relationships. Most people have what you have. I'm selling toilet paper, everybody's got it. They need to like me. They need to like my company. We need to have a relationship. That's what builds.
People buy from people.
People buy from people. Like every time they get a new opportunity, they call us because of the relationship. If that wasn't there, they'd call the next guy that they're closer with.
How do you network that's different than other people?
I like to give people experiences, not just another dinner like everybody else. So for example, you could take someone courtside at a basketball game. That is a business expense that is worth paying for. You've given them something they've never experienced before. Focus on the experience.
So you're not afraid to invest in this networking stuff. Like you're not afraid to spend money to make money.
No, I love it. And you should spend money on things you enjoy too. I like going courtside at the Heat game, so why not do it and make business out of it? Business shouldn't be something that isn't your life. They should intermix, and then you spend your money on ways that you like, but also benefit you in the relationship.
Have you been broke before?
I've never been broke before, bro. I grew up upper middle class. It is what it is, and I was presented this opportunity. But what I did was, the reason I focus on effort is because I knew the only thing that I could control was my effort. And so I almost have had a chip on my shoulder because this opportunity was given to me, and I've just focused on working as hard as I can and running with it. Versus I know some people that get an opportunity like this and just slack, and they just have everything handed to them.
Do you ever log off?
I used to not log off, and I would work until I was depleted, which meant that I wasn't even controlling my own schedule. What was controlling me was how much energy I did or didn't have in a day. Now I make a conscious effort to shut down, and then I just relinquish whatever else happens. It's out of my control until I start up again the next day. That has led me to a much more peaceful life than the way I used to do it before.
So no monk mode or no monk mode?
I think everybody should go through monk mode from what you learn from it, but I don't think it's a long-term lifestyle. If you've never woken up at 5 a.m. every day for a month, then you can't tell me it's not good for you because you don't even know what that experience is like. So everybody needs to try it and see what they learn from it. Then you can go back to whatever you want.
What's the best financial decision you've ever made?
Oh, bro, buying this watch right here, baby.
See? The AP?
The AP. Okay, I'm gonna give you my real answer. The answer is when I was 25 years old, I bought a house in Philadelphia right when the pandemic started. And that asset has grown hundreds of thousands of dollars since then, and I rent it out and it cash flows every single month. So that is hands down the best purchase I've ever made in my entire life.
Is real estate good for beginners or no?
Real estate is king, and I'm Jewish, so you know real estate's that's our calling.
What's the worst financial decision you've ever made?
Oh, bro, I've bought diamond bracelets, designer t-shirts, all the shit that makes you look like you're rich to everybody else, but really you just have less money in the bank because you bought it.
Rolex or AP?
Ooh, for an investment, Rolex. For swag, AP any day.
Louis or Laura Piana?
So I actually think the clothing choice depends on where you are. So if we're talking Euro summer, I need that LP on me any day of the week. But if I'm in Miami on a little bit of that fuckboy status, Louis Vuitton.
Do you think guys should focus on relationships or business first?
They should focus on themselves, neither of those first. Once they figure out themselves, then business. Because once you're focused on business, you're on your mission. You need to be on a mission to be the fullest version of yourself. The ladies will come to you if you do that. If you focus on them, then you're off your path and you're never going to be the fullest version of who you're meant to be.
How do you stay focused though? What's the best way to stay focused? Give me some sauce.
For me, I write down the 3 things that are most important in my business, let's say, and I put them on a board where I visually see it every single day of the week.
If I'm an entrepreneur in 2025 and I want to get started right now building my business, what's the one thing I should do?
You need to take $20 and purchase a whiteboard off Amazon and write down your top 3 to 5 goals that you are trying to accomplish. If you do not see them every day, you will be distracted and you will forget about them. They need to be in front of your face every single solitary day. That little trick could be the difference between you achieving your goals and not. Comment whiteboard below and I'm gonna pick one person to send a whiteboard to.
What's the biggest problem people are facing these days?
Doom scrolling is ruining this generation. I guarantee most people that started on this video already left because they're just stuck in the scroll. If you're still watching this video, comment toilet paper and I'm gonna send you a case of 96 rolls.
Toilet paper factory?
Well, bro, we're in the factory. It literally runs right off this line. Gets put in a box all the way down there.
Yeah, tell me about what's going on here.
So we've got toilet paper being produced. It gets cut from a big log into a roll of this size, and then it gets sent down this conveyor to go into a case. Case goes on a pallet, pallet goes in a truck, and then you wipe your ass with it.
Can lazy people still be rich?
First off, you need to be lazy if you want to get rich. When you think lazy, how can I do this task the easiest way possible with the least amount of effort? That's how you figure out the best path to get it accomplished. So I'll take a lazy person any day of the week. They just need to be hardworking in their execution. Think lazy, come up with ways to get shit done easier, but then be hardworking the way you execute. So let's say I come up with the easiest way to produce a toilet paper roll. That's great, that's lazy. Now I need to actually put it into play.
Why do you think so many people are reluctant to start a personal brand?
People are reluctant to do anything because of fear. They're worried about what will people say to me, what if it doesn't work? That's all fear, and they're basing that on something that hasn't even happened yet. It hasn't failed yet. They haven't gotten negative feedback, but they're scared to even get it, so they don't start. So you have to conquer fear to then push through and achieve whatever you want.
How do you conquer fear?
Conquering fear is about changing your mindset, and this takes time. You need to work on it day in and day out, week on end, months on end, until you shift the way that you think. So anybody that you see on the internet that looks like they just have it figured out, they're putting in effort to think differently. They're literally rewiring their brain, which is their software. Upgrade your software, you'll upgrade your life.
How do millionaires think?
Millionaires think in terms of time. How long is it going to take me and what's the output? You need to figure out how to get as much time for yourself, and then with that time, create the highest level of output, right? Elon Musk has the same amount of time as you and me, but he has figured out how to take, let's say, 10 hours a day and make millions and millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars. So you need to focus on time and buy it back where you can. You need to hire a chef, you need to have your barber come to your house, get your time back, and then reinvest it into your business.
What's the best way someone can buy back their time if they don't even have a lot of money right now?
You can buy back your time just by organizing your life better. For example, if you take meetings throughout the day and you've got 15 or 20 minutes in between them, that's dead space. Nobody gets anything done in those 20 minutes. So now you smush your meetings together, all those 20 minutes now disappear, and you get them later in the day or the beginning. So just rescheduling how you do things can get you time back off the jump. You also could do things like using ChatGPT to help you write emails. It takes you less time. I use Siri to give me reminders. I don't enter them in my computer. Voice to text saves me even a couple minutes, but I'm doing that day over day, week over week, month over month. I'm getting a lot of time back.
And you also organize your time by like phone time, computer time, right?
All of my tasks are divided up in terms of phone tasks and computer tasks. So anything that has to be accomplished on a computer, I do it all at once, as opposed to bouncing back and forth from my phone to my computer to a meeting to an in-person meeting. I batch my work so that I bang out everything that's in a similar category, and then I move on to the next. So most people live their life and their day by reacting to things, which becomes their work. So as an example, if you're answering emails all day, you are reacting to things that are coming into you, versus I sit down in the morning and I write down 3 things I must get done for the day, then I take proactive steps to get those specific things done. But if you don't do that, you just wind up reacting. You react to texts, phone calls, emails, all these things that you're not even controlling.
What's been the secret to your success?
Persistence for me has been everything. And what that means is I am the last one there, following up, sending out quotes, whatever it is. And when I started in sales, I used to ask myself, if there's another guy out there willing to follow up with a prospect one more time than me, or send one more email than me, he's gonna win. So I am persistent beyond belief. Even when I don't even see any results, I just keep going. The results wind up coming as a byproduct of that.
Wow. Work smart, not hard?
You need to work hard, but the problem is if you just focus on working harder, you tap out in terms of time. There's only so many hours in a day to work hard. Once you've figured out your work ethic, then you need to start working smarter. Better systems, hiring better people, not wasting your time on administrative shit. You need to build.
How can someone work smart in 2025?
Oh, first off, you need to be using AI for everything. I can't even tell you the last time I wrote an email. You need to hire an assistant immediately. You can hire someone overseas for $6 to do all your stupid shit, and then you get to focus on better stuff.
What about all those people that are just like lazy and scrolling on TikTok? How do you get out of that mindset and get that persistence you're talking about?
They need to start paying attention to how they feel after they doom scroll versus how they feel after working hard or even doing something hard.
What's the number one thing that's holding people back in 2025 from becoming successful?
Distractions. Everybody's distracted by social media, Instagram, TikTok, all these different things. You need to either use it to make you money or help you achieve your goals, or lose it. It's one or the other. And if you're on there just scrolling for no reason, then you're missing purpose in your life. You're on there trying to get dopamine hits when you could put that aside, go do something hard, go build something, and get fulfillment. I do not wake up every day wanting to work, but I ask myself, will I feel better if I push through and work, or if I'm lazy and scroll? And if I scroll, I feel like shit. When I push through and actually do something meaningful, I feel amazing. People need to be self-aware of what actually makes them feel good. And when you're scrolling on your phone, you might feel good in the moment, but when you put that phone down, your dopamine shot, you're gone. Versus if you push through on something difficult or building a business, whatever it is, you feel infinitely times better than the hour you were scrolling on your phone.
What's one thing you do to avoid this kind of distraction?
So I don't even want to have to put in effort to avoid the distraction. So I have this thing called a brick. I scan it and it blocks all the apps that I choose. The only way to get my apps back is if I scan it again. So it's a physical object. I'll go hide it in my apartment or I'll leave for the day. Now I don't even have to put in energy to avoid my distractions.
Do you have to spend money to make money?
You have to spend money to make money. Tell me one business where they didn't spend money to make money. And if you're not that far ahead, spend money on yourself, spend money on your knowledge, whatever it is, a gym membership, anything that'll make you a better version of yourself is the first place to start. Once you've accomplished that, then you spend money in your business. You need to hire people. Even if it takes one step back, you wind up 3 steps ahead.
How do you hire the right person?
I focus on 3 things when I hire. Will they fit the culture of my company? Someone that doesn't fit your culture is gonna ruin your business. 2, are they trainable? They need to be able to learn. And 3, are they self-motivated? I don't wanna have to tell them what to do. I want someone that's gonna go out there and get it. If you find those 3 things, you can teach someone to do anything.
So they don't need to be already the best at what they do.
Absolutely not. If you're further along and you're making hundreds of millions of dollars and you can afford the best talent, go for that. But for most people, that's not feasible. You need to hire people that fit those 3 categories, and then they'll do wonders for you as long as you train them the right way.
How do you keep your team motivated?
There's 2 main things that I do. As the leader of the company, I make sure that they feel like a part of the team. I don't treat them like an employee. They're part of the team. We have a collective mission, and we're all going for it together. Sometimes people hire an employee, treat them like an employee. The employee doesn't care what the mission is. The second thing I do is I create incentives that dictate their behavior. So if I want them to sell a certain amount, they need to have incentives that push them that way. We're all motivated by money to some degree. Those incentives need to align for them.
Can money buy happiness?
I believe that money can buy happiness. It allows you to experience things in life that if you didn't have money, you wouldn't be able to experience. You can be happy without it, but you can also be very happy with it.
I like that. How old are you right now?
I'm 30.
At what age did you become successful?
Bro, my honest answer is I don't feel successful, as fucked up as that is. Because my goals are so big and I haven't hit them yet. And despite the fact that these days I'm focusing on my effort for success, I still have my brain wired the old way, which is that once I have certain objects or have a certain amount in my bank, I'll be there. So that's something I'm still working on, but I don't feel successful.
That's probably the secret to your success, is that you don't feel successful yet.
It pushes me every single day. It doesn't matter what age you are. I know 15-year-olds that are crushing it, and I also know my grandfather that started this business when he was 45 years old. So the main thing is you need to figure out if you want to do something and go for it.
You need to be passionate about the thing that you're working on.
If you think I'm passionate about toilet paper, then you're crazy. I'm not.
You seem pretty passionate. You seem pretty passionate.
You know, I'm not passionate about this business, but I am passionate about building something, and I'm passionate about progress. I love to see things move forward, more money, more employees, more products. That is what I'm passionate about. It's not the item itself.
Bro, you've got great advice, bro.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'll see if we can spare you a couple rolls.
Yeah. I'm running low. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
We'll send you an invoice.